Welcome to DBL. We are starting today with a pretty shocking statistic. Criminals steal more than $28 billion a year from seniors in various fraud scams. Now, one of those criminals is facing some serious jail time. So take a look at this. This is Patrice Renner, who was sentenced earlier this week to 10 years in prison. He swindled $175 million from more than 1 million victims, many of them elderly and financially vulnerable. So here's what he did. He posed as a famous French psychic and would send letters to these people claiming he could turn their fortunes around. He asked them to send him money to buy supernatural objects that would bring good fortune, but in reality, he was sending them cheap, mass-produced trinkets. So what do you all think of this? And why do people fall for scams like this? I told Erica last night, I was like, if the FBI needed like a scam sniffer, it'd be Erica.
Yeah.
Maybe they come up with a different title.
No, I want scam sniffer. Agent scam sniffer.
I think that handle's available.
Yeah.
Scam sniffer.
Well, I did like VIP hosting and bartending and stuff during the height of like when people were doing insurance fraud and mortgage fraud, and so I met a lot of scam artists. I know.
And you just feel it.
You can just, there's something, people are so used to like people just taking people at face value that you're not paying attention when the math don't math, you know, like, and a lot of times the math don't math. The issue with this is that there are a lot of vulnerable people out there, and people are ready to take advantage of those vulnerable people. For those of us who have parents of a certain age, grandparents, you know, investing in something like a LifeLock or something like that so that you're getting information in real time is super important. I think of my mother, who's in her early 70s, and when she was making decisions about retiring and her stock options and all of those things, she made sure to have me on the Zoom call with the people that she was talking to. And my mother is one of the smartest people that I know. And
but you're a scam sniffer.
I'm a scam
sniffer.
I'm like, I don't like this. There's something, the way he looked into that camera.
Yeah. Well, you know, Erica, when I
Why
look
do you think people fall for this, though?
I know.
Because people are scared.
Well, and also, sorry, I'm so sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
I interrupted. Go.
No, I'm not saying another one.
No, I'm not. I'll wait it out too.
I'll just say this. People are scared, and there's not a lot of help. I realized that, you know, I've talked about this when my house was burglarized and my car was stolen. I never once came eye to eye or spoke in person with a police officer. I know we've been watching Law and Order, and we all been indoctrinated that there's like 4 cops that are going to show up, 2 with some sexual tension between them, and, you know, they're going to help you. I tell the audience, I want the camera, there's no help. Yeah. That's an illusion. And people realize that when they get scammed,
right,
and they go, well, what's the number to call? And there's somebody at Chase like, sorry, your account's empty. And you're like, but where's the detective that I like? They don't exist. And so people start to look to the heavens, Sam, for help, and it's really sad. And one thing that we always see with these psychic networks, they always call them psychic friends. And they go after people that are lonely, Jeff, which is really gross, man. It's really gross to go after people who may have lost a spouse, may be living away from people, a support system, and they go after them and they go, hey, Erica, how you doing? Calling you on a first name. How's your daughter? And they slowly siphon money from them. It's a sad situation.
I know you set me up, but she's itching.
Yes,
chomping at the bit.
I'm really not. I felt really bad about that. All I just want to say is I just lost my mom, as you all know, and the chance to be able to like hear her for 20 seconds, I'm in that spot. Like I would be taken. If they were like, I promise you she will respond, I'd be like, how much money do you need? And I'm a smart, somewhat person. So I just wanted to say, I'm an example right now. If you can't imagine someone smart doing it, I promise you when you're vulnerable like that is when they use it. By the way, if you watch that video of Patrice Renner, it says freepatricerenner.com. And I feel like there's another scam in the upper right. What's going on there with trying to free him?
Because a lot of people that follow him probably look at him as a friend that's been illegally jailed, Jeff.
Yeah, I think it's just vulnerability. You know, as you get older, right, you might lose a spouse, you might lose a neighbor, your kids leave. So your circle becomes smaller. And if someone's willing to reach out to you, hey, this is going to help you. This is some magical potion that you're going to drink. You're reaching for anything because at this point, a lot of your circle is gone and you're desperate. Just like you said you are. You're very vulnerable at this point. And I'm with some motivational things, right? I get motivational books. Those could be used as an illusion. I carry a cross in my bag when I go. People think that's an illusion, right? There's that old story, I used this analogy before, about like stone soup. People put a stone in there, and then they'd be like, well, why don't we put some broth in there? Why don't we put some water, some carrots? It's not the rock, it's everything else you put in there. But the people believe,
the rock.
people believe in that rock. So I'm all for a little hope. But when you cross that line and it starts coming a billion-dollar industry and you're taking advantage of vulnerability, just like big box churches, I'm not down when your pastors in a G5. Is that Is that
sounds
the name
good.
of a plane?
It sounds good. It sounds good.
You're taking advantage. These people believe in something, right? And then you're saying every week, the more you give, you're going to get back threefold. You know, I've been to those churches, and I'm all for motivation in anything. If this piece of paper makes me feel good, carry it with you.
Sure.
But when you start taking advantage and preying on people like that, that's when you're crossing the line.
It's theft. I'm glad he's in jail. Good. Okay, so speaking of cheating, a woman is being called out for cheating on Wordle, the popular word game people play on their phones. So check this out. A man caught the passenger in front of them on a plane cheating on the game. You can see she has Safari opened on her phone looking for possible words to complete the puzzle. He said he was shocked at what he was seeing. Some people online are
She still doesn't seem like she's doing well. She's still kind of slow to the draw
She's like, candle?
Some people online are calling the man out for filming her phone and invading her privacy. So who's wrong here?
Look, I can't in good faith come up here and say don't cheat. I mean, I famously told I was cheating against my grandma.
Tell the story.
In Monopoly,
Yeah.
because she was babysitting me and my sister when my mom was in grad school getting her PhD, and my grandmother was eviscerating me every Friday, and it broke my spirit. So I started putting cash in the bathroom upstairs.
That's amazing.
And like when I was losing, after she would clean me out, I would go up and get a little
Would you be like, I
refresher.
gotta go to the bathroom, Grandma?
Yes, and I would come back with
And who found it?
she found it and put it in front of me when we were about to eat one day, like you left us upstairs. I have never felt, and I would still lose, which made it even worse. I was still losing.
You
so
remember the emotion.
Oh my
Never
goodness, yeah.
win when you play dirty.
Erica,
She was teaching
I was
you a
getting
lesson.
killed.
You needed to.
You needed to learn this.
Should the person been filmed it?
No, of course not. I think that's wrong. But I also understand, I do the crossword every day. I do never, ever cheat. It's something about if you're trying to learn and show that you know it, there's no point in doing it that way. And again, you're playing with just yourself. Why are you cheating?
Well, people share these scores, so maybe would you feel differently if you shared your crossword scores with friends?
No, still,
over the
I would
country?
never. But I do want to let you know right now, hot topic in D.C., where all the know-it-alls go to live.
I thought you were talking about the store.
I am. No.
You got a new glow in the dark poster?
No. In D.C. right
Slippery
now.
when wet poster.
You're the worst. In D.C. right now, trivia is taken very seriously because we're all know-it-alls that live there, right? Well, the two teams that are at the top of the scoreboard for years in D.C. find out they've been cheating.
They've been cheating.
They've been cheating.
Bombshell.
Okay.
If you want to talk about hot topic, I'm down for that.